Hey, Bills Mafia! Welcome back to the channel. Before we jump into today's big news, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The Buffalo Bills are making moves this offseason, and we're here to break it all down for you. Let's dive into the latest addition to our receiving core. The Buffalo Bills have been making it clear that they are determined to improve their roster and finally get over that Super Bowl hump. After already securing Josh Palmer earlier in free agency, the Bills have now added another dynamic playmaker to the mix. NFL Network's Tom Pelissero reported on Thursday that the Bills have signed veteran wide receiver and special teams returner Laviska Shenault. This move adds depth to both the receiver room and special teams unit. Shenault joins a group that already includes Keon Coleman, Khalil Shakir, Curtis Samuel, and Palmer. With Stephon Diggs out of the picture, the Bills are reshaping their passing attack, and Shenault could be an under-the-radar piece to help Josh Allen and this offense thrive. For those of you who might not be too familiar with Shenault, let's take a look at his journey so far in the NFL. The former Colorado standout was drafted by the Jacksonville Jaguars in the second round of the 2020 NFL Draft. He spent his first 2 seasons in Jacksonville before bouncing around between the Panthers, Seahawks, and Chargers, despite never quite establishing himself as a top receiver in the league. Shenault has flashed serious playmaking ability. Over his career, he has recorded 163 receptions for 1,587 yards and 6 touchdowns. But perhaps the most exciting aspect of his game is his special teams ability. Last season, Shenault returned a kickoff 97 yards for a touchdown while playing for the Seattle Seahawks. That's exactly the kind of explosiveness the Bills have been lacking in the return game. Buffalo's special teams unit struggled last season, ranking 26th in average kickoff return yards, 125.9, and failing to score a return touchdown. With Chris Tabor now taking over as special teams coordinator, the Bills clearly prioritize finding someone who could provide a spark in the return game. Shenault's versatility is another key factor in this signing. While he likely won't be a featured receiver, he offers the kind of depth that can be invaluable over a long season. If injuries hit, he's a reliable option who can step in and contribute. Tabor and Shenault also have a history together. Tabor coached Shenault in Carolina in 2022 and 2023, where he first started returning kicks. That familiarity likely played a role in Buffalo bringing him in. With Josh Allen leading this offense, the Bills have consistently been one of the most dynamic teams in the NFL. However, last season, Buffalo struggled at times to stretch the field and create explosive plays. That's why the addition of Josh Palmer and now Laviska Shenault makes so much sense. Palmer provides a reliable deep threat, while Shenault adds speed, physicality, and special teams ability. The Bills coaching staff now has the flexibility to use different combinations of receivers based on matchups. With a mix of young talent and experienced veterans, Buffalo's wide receiver room is shaping up to be one of the most intriguing in the AFC. Adding more speed and playmaking ability around Josh Allen is never a bad thing. While Shenault may not have the elite production of a top-tier wideout, his skill set brings something unique to the team. Whether it's on gadget plays, screens, or special teams, he has the potential to make an impact in different ways. The Bills have been methodical in their approach to rebuilding their receiving core this offseason. Instead of going for one big splash move, they've opted for multiple signings to create depth and competition. This ensures that Allen has plenty of options to work with in 2025. Bosa recently met with the Buffalo media for the first time. And let me tell you, he has some things to say that will get every Bills fan fired up. He talked about his decision to come to Buffalo, his role on the team, and even shared a message he got from Josh Allen about what they could build together. And when Josh Allen speaks, you listen. Now let's break it all down. First off, Bosa was crystal clear. He's here for one thing, to win a championship. And when your franchise quarterback is texting you about making history, you know you're stepping into a special situation. Here's what Bosa said. Josh Allen texted me that if we do what we set out to do, we could really be immortalized. That's what it's all about, winning a championship. I think that's why people are here, immortalized. Let that sink in for a second. That's the level of focus and determination that Allen and this team have. They're not just trying to compete, they're trying to cement their names in history. And Bosa knows exactly what kind of role he can play in making that happen. Bosa also touched on the defensive rotation and how having a strong supporting cast around him makes a huge difference. We all know that edge rushers can wear down over the course of a long season, and having fresh legs late in games, especially in those must-win moments, is key. He emphasized that point. We obviously have a couple of other great edge guys here, which I think is important for that position, to be able to rotate, trust the guys behind you, and be able to take some blow off of each other. So when you're out there, you can play at a really high level, play fast, play fresh. Bills fans, that is exactly what this defense needs. A strong, relentless pass rush is crucial, and Bosa's presence alongside Greg Rousseau, Ed Oliver, and the rest of the defensive line could be a game changer. The ability to rotate guys in and out while keeping everyone at peak performance is what separates the great teams from the elite teams. And let's talk about what this means for the AFC. We all know there's a certain quarterback in Kansas City who has been a thorn in our side every postseason. Bosa, who spent his entire career in the AFC West before coming to Buffalo, has had plenty of experience going up against Patrick Mahomes. He understands the importance of pressuring elite quarterbacks and making them uncomfortable. That's something the Bills have struggled with in key playoff matchups, and if Bosa can help change that, this move could end up being one of the biggest of the offseason. Now, health has been a concern for Bosa in recent years, and he addressed that as well. I feel really healthy right now, and I don't know the exact plan, but I plan to be a starter here. I plan to help in any way that they need me, but I know that rushing and playing the edge definitely helps when you have other great guys around you. You can kind of rotate and feed off of each other. It's a long season, and you don't want to be playing 70 plays every single game. Hit that sweet spot around 35-40 plays and play all of them at a really high level. That's a veteran move right there. Bosa understands that it's about quality over quantity. If he can stay fresh and explosive throughout the season, the Bills' defense will be in a great spot. The key is keeping him healthy and making sure he's at his best when it matters most. Come playoff time. And let's not forget, this isn't just a one-man job. The Bills' front office has done a fantastic job of building depth and keeping this defensive line loaded with talent. Adding Bosa to the mix only strengthens what was already a formidable unit. If he can stay on the field and contribute at a high level, this pass rush could be one of the most dangerous in the league. Buffalo's front office has made it clear that they're all in on making this team better. With the addition of Laviska Shenault, the Bills now have another versatile weapon in their arsenal. The big question is, will this move pay off? Can Shenault become a legitimate contributor in both the return game and offense? I want to hear from you. What do you think of the Bills signing of Laviska Shenault? Do you think he can make an impact this season? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget, if you love Bills content and want to stay up to date with all the latest news, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. We've got plenty more updates coming your way. Go Bills!